How's it going, friends? On today's video, we're talking all about top-rated charter schools here in the Twin Cities. So if you're looking for an alternative learning experience and are curious what some of the best options here are in the Twin Cities, stick around. What's up, y'all? My name is Bradford Schulz, and I work with the hardest working real estate team in the game. We are called To the Twin Cities, and this channel aims to be the best resource on the internet when it comes to schools in the Twin Cities. If that's important to you, subscribe to the channel and click the little bell to get notified every time we post videos. And if you want our help buying a home here in the Twin Cities, feel free to reach out to me at bradford@tothetwincities.com. We'd love to help. All right, let's get into it. In 1991, Minnesota passed the first charter school law and opened the first school in 1992. At first, they were called outcome-based schools. Charter schools provide an alternative educational choice for parents and students who may be seeking, let's say, different teaching methods, curriculum, and educational philosophies. So as we dive in here, one thing I want to mention is that the top 3 charter schools, at least the top 3 rated in Minnesota, all share a similar concept. And that concept is a classical approach to teaching, and it's using an approach called the trivium. You can break up the concept of trivium into 3 parts: grammar, logic, and rhetoric. Grammar, typically for grades K through 5, is the first phase of the trivium. It emphasizes the facts and rules that later learning is built on. This stage focuses on the accumulation of knowledge. The second part of the trivium is logic, sometimes known as understanding. And this is typically for middle school, say grades 6 through 8. It focuses on the student's ability to analyze and interact with the knowledge that they acquired in the grammar phase. The logic stage is the phase where understanding is grasped and really corresponds with a child's curiosity and desire to ask questions. All right, and the third stage is rhetoric, typically for high school students, say, grades 9 through 12. In this final phase, rhetoric, it trains the student how to express and discuss a subject. Rhetoric is the communication stage where students defend and refute opinions based on their understanding of that subject. All right, with all that said, let's take a look at the top 5 charter schools here in the Twin Cities. And really, these are just the top 5 schools that we've come up with based on a number of resources. And at the end of the day, there are so many great charter schools here in the Twin Cities with different reasons why you might or might not like them. So these are just the 5 that we've picked here today. Coming in at number 5, Great River School. Opened in 2004, Great River School is a tuition-free public charter located in St. Paul, kind of near Energy Park. Well, it's actually off Energy Park Drive, sort of near Como Park. Rated a B+ overall by niche.com. It also gets an A for its teachers, an A- for its college prep, and an A+ for its food programs. And also, it has a 94% graduation rate. Great River School is a Montessori learning community, and their mission is to prepare students for their unique roles as responsible and engaged citizens of the world. And their vision is world peace through Montessori education. Gotta love that. In addition to their normal curriculum, Great River School also offers PSEO, which is post-secondary enrollment options, and an international baccalaureate program. So speaking to enrollment at Great River School, for the 2023-2024 school year, they do say there are some spots still available. So if you go to their website, you can complete the application there, and you'd be put in their wait list for the current school year. And then speaking to the 2024-2025 school year, again, you can go to their website. They have an application in which you can fill out. And the deadline to be put onto the wait list for 2024-2025 school year is February 9th, 2024. And the lottery for that wait list will be held at 10:30 a.m. on February 16th, 2024. And of note, if you're interested in this school, they are limiting classroom tours at this time to students that have been accepted into their program. So how many students are enrolled at Great River School? It says about 800 students are enrolled currently in grades 1 through 12. And what's listed for their student-teacher ratio is 19:1. So right around the national average, maybe slightly higher than the national average, which is 17:1. Another question people often ask with charter schools is, does this school charge tuition? And no, the schools on our list here today, none of them charge tuition. They're all tuition-free public charters. So they are funded similarly to how our other public schools in Minnesota are funded via state and federal funding. And being a charter school, an oft asked question would be, does the charter school offer busing / transportation options? And the answer is yes. There are 2 options available to students that live 2 miles or further from the school. And the 2 options are school bus for elementary age students and Metro Transit for middle and high school age students. And if you visit their website, they do have a map showing the stops that are available. All right, coming in at number 4 is Upper Mississippi Academy. Located in downtown St. Paul, Upper Mississippi Academy is a grade 6 through 12 public charter school. They're rated a B+ overall by niche.com with an A- for both its teachers and its diversity, and it has an 80 to 90% graduation rate. Upper Mississippi Academy has 5 points to its vision: diverse, innovative, inclusive, supportive, and academic. Upper Mississippi Academy's mission is fueled by curiosity. Upper Mississippi Academy serves its students and faculty by engaging in innovative, authentic, and challenging educational experiences. They also had an acronym that popped up in their mission and values, and that was ROMP, R-O-M-P, which stands for Relationships, Ownership, Mindfulness, and Persistence. Speaking to enrollment for Upper Mississippi Academy, they do have applications available on their website, but it was really the one charter school that I looked at here that really didn't provide much more information, whether it be timing, deadlines, etc. So if you do apply, they mention that they will reach back out to you. So I would just fill out the application they have available on their website, and I'm sure you'll hear back. It does seem that they do still have enrollment available for the 23-24 school year. So I would take a look at that on their website. So how many students attend Upper Mississippi Academy? From what I could tell, it looked like about 200 to 300, depending on the year. You can look at Minnesota report card for all of these schools. It's Minnesota Department of Education resource. And so between the last few years, they had between 200 and 300 students enrolled at any given time. And speaking to the classroom sizes, they state that they try to keep their classrooms about 25-to-1 student to teacher ratio, and sometimes it's a little bit more and sometimes it's a little bit less, but that's what their goal is, to stay at 25-to-1. And I know, again, this is a common question that people have. Does UMA charge tuition? No, again, it is a public charter school, so it's tuition free. So does Upper Mississippi Academy offer busing? UMA provides school bus transportation for middle school age students and provides a Metro Transit pass for high school age students free of charge. And beyond that, some UMA families do sort of form groups and create carpool areas for to and from transportation. All right, coming in at number 3, Eagle Ridge Academy. Opened in 2004 and located in Minnetonka, Minnesota, Eagle Ridge Academy is a K-12 public charter school. And if you've watched our channel before, you might remember this one. This is a top 10 school in Minnesota. It's rated an A overall by niche.com, and it gets an A+ for its academics and an A+ for its college prep. And it also has an 85 to 90% graduation rate. And so, as I just mentioned, it is a top 10 school in the Twin Cities. It actually comes in at number 10, 7th best in Hennepin County. It also is the 11th best district with the best teachers in the Twin Cities. And being a top 10 school in the state, it's actually ranked the 581st best school district in the country. The mission of Eagle Ridge Academy is to engage all of its students in a time-tested, classic liberal arts education that demands their best in academic performance, while challenging them to attain their highest potential. At Eagle Ridge Academy, faculty, staff, and students follow the pursuit of veritas, pulchritudo, probitas, identifying in Latin the central tenets of their school, which are truth, beauty, and goodness. Eagle Ridge Academy also teaches those pillars using the acronym CIPHER, which stands for citizenship, integrity, perseverance, honor, excellence, and respect. And as I mentioned at the top of the video, the top 3 schools here today utilize the trivium: grammar, logic, and rhetoric. Again, grammar being elementary school, logic being middle school, and rhetoric being high school aged students. One thing to note as I was doing research on these schools that made this one a little unique was that they actually do have a parent volunteer requirement. Not only do they expect parents to support their students regularly through their academic achievement in many other ways, they also ask parents to give us 5, which is a pledge to volunteer 5 times throughout the academic year. So speaking to enrollment for the 2023-2024 school year, applications are still open for students that would be in grades 8 through 12. If your student is interested, but they're in grades K through 7, unfortunately that is already filled and they would be put into the wait list. The open enrollment period for the 24-25 school year opened October 1st, 23 and will close January 15th, 2024. So if you're interested in the 24-25 academic year, you do still have time to apply. The enrollment lottery will take place on January 18th, 2024. And one interesting thing as you learn more about charter schools is that if you already have a child attending the school, there is a sibling preference in that application process. If you want, we do have a video on charter schools explained, so you can check that out. So how many students are enrolled at Eagle Ridge Academy? Well, they have about 1,500 students between grades K through 12, and that comes out to a student-teacher ratio of 15:1. So, I spoke incorrectly before. Does Eagle Ridge Academy charge tuition? Yes, they do. Eagle Ridge Academy assesses fees 3 times per year. First, at the beginning of the school year, the annual dues in August. And then first semester fees in September and second semester fees in February. Annual fees for the 2023-2024 school year were $120 for grades 9 through 11 and $145 for grades 12. They didn't list the costs for any other grades. And the course fees that I mentioned, the first semester in September and the second semester in February, those course fees are determined by the chosen courses of the student. So it depends on what classes they're going to be taking. So does Eagle Ridge Academy offer busing programs? Yes, they do. They partner with private transportation company Metropolitan Transportation Network, also known as MTN, to and from school. There are 14 routes that service all of the metro and are established in a sort of hub system that centralizes convenient pickup and drop-off locations. The Academy does currently charge a fee for this at $300 per student and a cap of $750 per family per year. However, students transporting from Hopkins are exempt from the transportation fee. And a signed transportation contract along with payment must be filed prior to the academic school year. All right, coming in at number 2 is St. Croix Prep Academy, located in Stillwater on 59 acres. It was opened in 2004, and it is a tuition-free K through 12 public charter school. It's rated an A overall by niche.com. It also gets an A+ in academics, its teachers, and its college prep. And it also has a 95% graduation rate. It's the #1 district in Stillwater, the 7th best district in the Twin Cities. It's the 127th best for districts with best teachers in the US, 6th in the Twin Cities. And overall, it's the 394th best school district in the country out of about 11,000 school districts. Again, like Eagle Ridge Academy and our #1 school, they follow the trivium, grammar, logic, and rhetoric. And since its inception, St. Croix Prep has been one of Minnesota's highest performing schools. Its MCA results are consistently in the state's top 10% and usually exceeding the state's proficiency standards by 20 percentage points or more. And in addition to that, approximately 60% of their graduating students are selected into highly selective colleges and universities throughout the country. So speaking to enrollment, do they still have spots available? Yes, for grades 10 through 12, they do have some spots still available. Otherwise, you will be put on a wait list. You can go to their website. They do have the application there. You can fill it out there. If you're looking at applying for the 2024-2025 academic year, those applications are still open, and the deadline is January 5th, 2024. So how many students attend St. Croix Prep? Well, right now for the 2023-2024 school year, they have about 1,200 students in grades K through 12. So broken down, grades K through 4 have about 30 students per class, but in addition to the teacher, they do have an educational assistant in those classrooms. And in grades 5 through 12, they have anywhere between 27 and 32 students per classroom. So does St. Croix Prep charge tuition? Nope. This is a tuition-free public charter school. And lastly, does St. Croix Prep offer busing? The answer is yes, but you do have to register for it. All eligible District 834 charter and non-public school students must register in order to receive bus service for the school year. If you don't, it's considered a voluntary waiver. Eligible students are those in grades K through 5 that are a half mile or more from the school, and grades 6 through 12 that reside 1 mile or more from the school. All right, coming in at #1, Nova Classical Academy. Also, like the last 2 schools, opened in 2004. It's located in St. Paul off of West 7th, sort of near the Mississippi River, and it is a K through 12 public charter school. It's rated an A overall by niche.com. It gets an A+ for its academics and college prep, and it has a 92% graduation rate. It's the #1 school district in St. Paul, the 6th best school district in the Twin Cities. It's the 9th best district with the best teachers in the Twin Cities, and it's the 365th best school district overall in the US out of, again, like I said before, about 11,000 school districts. And as mentioned for both St. Croix Prep and Eagle Ridge Academy, Nova Classical Academy does utilize the Trivium, the classical liberal arts format. And like St. Croix Prep, Nova Classical Academy is one of Minnesota's highest performing schools with a graduation rate over 90% and about 55% of their students that do graduate being selected at selective or highly selective colleges and universities around the country. On enrollment, applications for the 2023-2024 school year are still open and available. Most grades are at capacity, but they are still taking applications to have folks added to the wait list for this year. They do mention on their website that their wait lists don't carry over from year to year. I think we can assume that's kind of safe for most of these schools, and you do have to reapply each year. So if you're looking to apply for the 2024-2025 academic year, those applications are still available, and the enrollment ends January 31st, 2024. And then after that time, about mid-February, they'll do the lottery from everybody that had enrolled. So how many students are at Nova? They have about 1,000 students in grades K through 12. They have 4 sections of kindergarten, 3 sections each of grades 1 through 10, and 2 sections each of grades 11 and 12. And so what are the class sizes? Averaged out for grades K through 12, it's a 23-to-1 student to teacher ratio. Broken down, there's about 20 students per kindergarten class, 27 in each class for grades 1 through 5. And class sizes vary for grades 6 through 12, they mentioned, but typically stay between 12 and 32 students per classroom. And no, Nova does not charge tuition. Again, they are a tuition-free public charter school. The top 3 schools here, St. Croix Prep, Eagle Ridge Academy, and Nova Classical Academy, all do have uniform requirements, and Nova Classical does mention on their site that uniforms are code, and you can purchase those through their website. They have a bunch of different merch available. And last, does Nova offer busing? Yes, they do provide free of charge transportation to any student in St. Paul who lives more than 2 miles from the school. And if you live outside of St. Paul and the eligible zone, you can drive your student to one of the bus stops and then have them bused from that location. But it's the parent's responsibility to get them to those bus stops. So again, like I mentioned, beyond this list of 5, there are lots of great charter school options here in the Twin Cities. And if you'd like our help buying a home here in the Twin Cities or navigating the school systems, reach out to me directly at Bradford at tothetwincities.com. I'd love to help. We'll see you next time.